Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette, and I'm inaugurating this new studio, I guess, office space, and with the second half of February readings, starting from the 15th to the 28th of February. And the way I'll be doing the readings this time is I have a very old deck of VERA SIBILLA cards, this is the backs. They're very particular, beautiful artwork that I've used over the years, but then I put aside, and I've taken them out for this inauguration. Then I have two tarot decks. I'll see from time to time, again, tarot decks that I used many times over the years. This is the Sherman Gargiulo Tarot. Beautiful deck. The first tarot deck I've ever had, so you know it's really particular to me. And then I have the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot that has specific insights, and I like from time to time to pull that up. Okay, and then of course I have my Neapolitan cards here off to the right. And, well, these were my mother's deck. This was my mother's. And, well, along with about another 40 decks of Neapolitan cards that came down to me. And I like to use that from time to time. So they're all special decks. And, of course, I have my runes that Rose in Etsy, she gave them to me as a gift. And I like to use those because they're large. They're hematite, grounding, and particular. All right, so let's go off to the readings. Taurus, it's time to read for you for the second half of February from the 15th to the 28th. Let's see what's in store for you, and I'll start with these Sibilla cards, Taurus. 15th to the 28th, let's see. Well, you are very close to the person of your heart. Very close. More so than ever. Even if you have strayed of late, what I'm seeing is a very close-knit relationship. You have a few things that you're not happy about concerning the way you have acted recently with that person, but all in all, you have stuck very close to them. It was just a normal human reaction of, you know, looking around. Oops, sorry about that, my poor amethyst. Now, the focus here is La Donna Maritata card, and for many of you, this means that you're thinking of having having a family. You're thinking of taking it up, you know, to the next level. You're thinking of having a child. Now, this is quite an interesting thought because it sort of covers all of the activity that you have, namely your work, and you seem to be putting your focus on taking that relationship and to a serious point. Not that it wasn't serious before, but you are now, the last two cards I see here are disgrazia, this disaster, and falsità. They're canceling each other out. You've come to the conclusion where you said to yourself, that is enough, basta, I'm not having any more playing around. If I play around, it's going to be to have a good time. Now, this is quite a surprise. This is quite a surprise because what I see you doing here is that recently, where you have tended to look around and assess the terrain and see who's in your nearest vicinity, but that was an ego trip for those of you who have strayed. But what, again, I'm repeating it, those of you who are partnered, you are, you know, going around the campfire, you're staying close to home with this person. Now, you know, there's this viaggio, the trip, and the bambino. There is the notion for many of you, I'm hearing 33%, the notion of wanting to have a child, and the communication will evolve around that. And your partner is going to stop you in your tracks and say, this is not the right time, you know. This is the widower there. And what's so lovely is that you have the sensation, gran consolazione here, that things are going your way in your workplace, on your livelihood, you know, on the job, and you don't feel like it's a negative moment. It's not a every now and then my camera shuts off. You have the feeling, Taurus, that now is a very strong moment in your works history, in your livelihood history. You feel strong, you feel stable, and you feel ready to offer that person something more. I'm going to take these Sherman Gargiulo Tarot and take a look at the first two cards under the deck. I have the Dottore Infedeltà, this fidelity, and the Doctor. I want to get a little more insight into those two, that pair. Yes, there was a moment when you really, there's the Eight of Swords, there's the Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. You were waiting for a moment where you could safely say, now we could think of having a family. Now we should talk about having a child. Now let's go and get married. Now let's purchase that house. Now let's get an apartment together. And you're returning to the idea of that you had last year. You did talk about that. I can remember myself in a couple of the readings, one, surely two, if not one, where you did think, I want to take it to the next level, but it wasn't the time. It wasn't the right timing. So let's see. I'm going to take another three cards over this ladro. There's a ladro that usually speaks to negative change right next to the superbia, the vanity, the pride. And I want to see what that is all about. And then I will go and cast the runes for you. Okay, we're moving forward. All speed ahead, full speed ahead. The Chariot, the Hierophant, and the Nine of Cups. We are moving forward because now you're feeling that you're in a position of strength with regards to your livelihood and your material gain, and what you want to do, you will speak about. You're going to be very forthcoming with that partner, that person that is very close to you, and tell them, I think now is the time. You're very self-confident this period of time, Taurus, and this is a good thing, especially in material terms. Let me then pass these runes to see what they have to add. Ooh, these hematite runes really make a loud sound. Well, right over this Nine of Cups, I have Manats, Merk stave, a bright stave, and that talks about you and your significant other being very happy with the idea of wanting to expand in some way. It takes time, though. I see that, well, we did say that that person stopped you in your tracks saying this is not the right time. It takes time, Yera's telling us. And not only that, there may be some kind of, let's say, there's the confusion that will come about when you are so excited about talking about having a family, wanting to go to live together, and you're very excited about that, and they do stop you in your tracks, and you're almost, you seem to tend to recoil a little bit, thinking, oh my God, here I am so happy, and that person doesn't seem to understand this state of mind, but you do, Pedro Brightstave, you do understand, you do see, actually, that the communication is the key, and probably you brought this up at a time that wasn't very propitious for her or him, because maybe they are having trouble with their work, but it's coming up soon. You'll be seeing in the future, from what I can see, that things will be changing, and you will be able to more easily negotiate your desires in that sense, Taurus. Namaste until we read together again. Bye-bye, Taurus.